So anytime I include a Beaujolais in a wine access pack, or I teach about it, or I mention it in the podcast, I feel like this is going to take a little doing. Beaujolais is much more than Beaujolais Nouveau. Let me explain first what Beaujolais Nouveau is. Beaujolais Nouveau is a wine that is made from the Gamay grape in a very hasty, fast manner to celebrate the end of harvest for the villagers who have worked harvest and who have grown the grapes, okay? So it is a spry, young, fun wine that is just meant to be consumed really locally, but the phenomenon spread and now it ships and it does all these things and it sits on the shelf way too long and it's made in mass commercial ways. Not so great. But there's another side of Beaujolais that you need to know, because the Gamay grape, like many things, is not that simple. It is related to Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is its parent. It is in the Beaujolais region. It's in central eastern France. It overlaps the Mâcon in Burgundy. It also is about 30 miles away from Lyon, which is the gastronomic capital of France. Beaujolais is really the wine of the gastronomic capital of France. So it is close to the Rhone, 45 degrees north latitude, not a very big region, about 7 to 11 miles wide and about 34 or 35 miles long. And it is divided into north and south. And this is the nuance that is super important. So although the entire region is semi-continental and it has three influences, it has a Mediterranean influence, it has a continental influence, and it has some Mediterranean influence. So that's going to make it a little bit warmer than Burgundy, and it's going to have some interest, and there's winds coming in from the Massif Central, although a lot of that is blocked by the Haut Beaujolais, which is the mountain range here that goes up to about 3,300 feet and shelters some of this area from the winds. It creates a rain shadow. You have really, really amazing wines from the Gamay grape. But the key is that there's a division. There's the northern part and there's the southern part. The northern part is granite. Granite, about 300 million years ago, got pushed up when the Massif Central formed, this big mountain range in the middle of France. It got pushed up, okay? So there was rock that got pushed up, and then we have granite. In the south, we have more clay, limestone, chalk, rolling hills, very bucolic. Here we have some altitude in the north and very different soil types. Totally different Gamays based on soil types. In the north, you have structure, you have complexity. This is where what is known as the Beaujolais Cru are. The Beaujolais Cru are 10 special areas within Beaujolais. They make different wines. They can all actually make Nouveau, but most of them do not. And they also don't do that quick process that they do in Beaujolais Nouveau to make that wine available sooner. They do the regular winemaking process, slower fermentation, regular pressing, maceration. They go through oak aging. All of that happens, okay? So these 10 cru are grown on different types of granite, different levels of decomposition, different elevations. These are incredibly dissimilar from general Beaujolais AOC wines or Beaujolais Nouveau, which is grown in the south. The north is extremely different. In the area where this Mommessin, which has been around forever, this Fleurie, which is one of the cru of Beaujolais, okay? You don't see Beaujolais in any big letters. You'll see Fleurie. Fleurie sounds like flowery. It's actually named after a Roman soldier, but that doesn't really matter. They are very flowery. The terroir is almost all pink granite. It is unique to this part of Beaujolais. At the higher, steeper areas, you're going to have thin soils. You'll have acidic, dry, aromatic wines. And then at the lower areas, you'll have clay, and those will be a little bit fuller bodied and better aging. This wine, the Mommessin, is from Fleurie. Like I said, they make a lot of different cru. They make a Beaujolais style wine. This is a historic Burgundy based house, old vines, more than 50 years old for this wine, and high altitude sites of pink granite on steep slopes. They vinify like they do any other red wine. They're not doing that fast process like they do carbonic maceration for Beaujolais Nouveau. Traditional Burgundian methods, 15-day maceration to get the structure. And let's look at the wine and taste it. We have a relatively dark wine, a bit transparent. Beaujolais tends to be incredibly dark in color, so kind of violet in color. Let's spin it around the glass and take a sniff. Oh, so typically Beaujolais, those violet notes. I always think it smells like a graham cracker. I will always say that as a description. It has these beautiful cherry notes, berry notes. It smells like minerals. It smells a little bit earthy. Let's taste it. Amazing acidity. I love the different types of cherry, sour cherry and red cherry and black cherry, a little bit of strawberry. Again, that graham cracker note that I love. Violets. It is like dark flowers and great acidity. So Beaujolais generally has lower tannin, Cru Beaujolais, lower tannin and high acidity, making it fantastic with the food. If you want to age this, this is Mommessin. So this is an amazing wine. You want to age it for 5 to 8 years, go ahead. It will only get better. But right now, it is so tasty with that dark floral note and the dark fruit and the cherry, the earth, that, again, graham cracker note, the great acidity. Such a terrific food wine. Put it in the fridge for about 10 to 20 minutes before you drink it, and it really shines. But again, a fantastic wine for days when it's not hot nor cold. The weather is perfect. I love this wine for fall, great with anything on the Thanksgiving table, but also just a wonderful sipper and a great way to introduce somebody else to the joys of Beaujolais, especially with this producer. It's a high acid wine. Make sure there's food around, but please enjoy this wine. It is such a get that we were able to find the Mommessin from Fleurie, a delicious, delicious Beaujolais that could change your mind if previously you only thought Beaujolais was Nouveau.